David Bowie was pop's greatest magician. He had the ability to create memorable, wonderful songs seemingly out of thin air. I followed his career since the very beginning. I saw a picture of him when he was a folky, hippie artist, quite long hair, very curly long hair, and I cut that picture out. I went to the hairdressers and said, I want to look like that. 2 hours later, I emerged looking like that. Well, my hair did anyway. I've written about Bowie since he began, really. I've interviewed him on several occasions, and he's the most intriguing, intelligent, friendly and charismatic person you could ever meet. You were just mesmerised when you spoke to him. For me, his importance in terms of music and image and culture is on a par with Elvis, on a par with the Beatles, on a par with Bob Dylan. I think also he touched people, he touched his fans in a way that very few people did. And not just because he wore freaky clothes or wild clothes. I think he said to every fan, if you're feeling different, if you're feeling alienated, don't worry, it's okay to be like that. Look at me and look how I've survived. But for someone who was constantly creative and always keen to embrace new things and loved the limelight, the last few years were worrying for me. We didn't really see very much of him, and his work rate went down. Now, in hindsight, it's obvious why that happened. But at the time, I did feel that I wonder if something's wrong with him. I wonder if he's not well. But of course, none of us would really know how serious that was. It's a tribute to all his friends, his family, and the people who worked with him that no news leaked out, because it's so easy for someone to slip up and say something. It was Bowie's 69th birthday last Friday, and that was also the release of his last album, Black Star, his final album, Black Star. And I can't help but think, isn't this a wonderful stage farewell for Bowie? I know he'd said farewell on other occasions, but this was his final farewell, and I have a suspicion that this is the way that he wanted it. He planned it. His death, his final album, his birthday, all rolled into one magnificent ball of fire. It's sad that we've lost him. Today is a really, really tragic day. I don't think there's been a tragedy like this in the pop world since Lennon's assassination. And I think people will find it hard to come to terms with this for a long time. One thing we've got to remember, though we've lost a true hero in pop music, his songs, his spirit and his cultural influence will live on as long as there's music.